Hey guys, Liam here. Welcome back to another episode of MetroMania. That's the beautiful series where we do a little tournament with some metronome battles, and it's really super simple. I don't know why some of you don't get it. MetroMania is easy. Now, if you're a fan of MetroMania, make sure you hit that like button, show you're enjoying the series. Let's go for 1,000 likes if we can. Let's get MetroMania to kick WTF Moments' ass, because WTF Moments has been getting loads of likes lately. How about we get MetroMania up to speed as well? Hit subscribe if you're new, and share the video with a friend if you don't mind. And don't forget to use code ACE to save yourself some money on G Fuel. Oh my word, I can't throw or catch for shit. This is an empty shaker. Tell me which flavor of G Fuel I should be having down in the comments. How about that? Use code ACE to get yourself some money off as well. We are well and truly into the heats now. It's Heat 6. The quarterfinals are really shaping up. But before we get into today's action and find out who our next quarterfinalist is going to be, let's have a look at those beautiful, all-important, ever-present, effervescent, wonderful, attractive, maybe not attractive, but just great brackets. So last week we said goodbye to, surprisingly, Galarian and Gardevoir. So Heatmore and Durant were victorious over what many would consider one of the favourite teams to go through, one of the heavy favourites, Galarian and Gardevoir. Heatmore and Durant move on to the quarterfinals. Of course, they do need an opponent though, and that's what we're looking to find out this week. We have Persian and Perrserker, and they're going to be taking on Ninjask and Shedinja. So here we go, Persian and Perrserker versus Ninjask and Shedinja. Of course, Shedinja a little bit of a disadvantage because it only has one hit point, but it does have that Wonder Guard ability, so it can only be hit by super effective hits. So Persian and Perrserker definitely need to strategize to take down Shedinja. Here's Ninjask starting things off with an Icy Wind, which will be neutral on Persian and not very effective on Perrserker, but should drop the speed one stage of each of those Pokemon as well. There it is. There's the speed drop on Persian. There's the speed drop on Perrserker. Certainly, I think the edge has to go to Persian and Perrserker in this battle as opposed to Ninjask and Shedinja just because of that one hit point. Here's Thunder demonstrating Wonder Guard from Persian onto Shedinja. So the Wonder Guard, of course, prevents Thunder from hitting because Shedinja isn't weak to Thunder. Shedinja fires off an Incinerate, which will be super effective on Perrserker there. Does a bit of chip damage to Persian as well. And now over to Perrserker for its first move of this Metronome Battle contest. We see Dig, which is going to be completely useless because it's not a move that is super effective on Shedinja, so Wonder Guard will prevent it from hitting. And Ninjask is immune to ground, so whichever Pokemon it's aiming for can't get hit. There's the speed boost, of course, on Ninjask, so Ninjask is going to get progressively faster as we go through this battle. Here it is starting off the next turn. What's it going to do here? It's going to go for Trop Kick, which is a grass-type move, onto the Persian, and it should get a one-stage attack drop on the Persian, which is not good for Persian, really. Persian's going to struggle a little bit here now with that dropped attack. What's it going to go for, though? What's on its mind? It's going to go for Dragon Tail. Doesn't affect Shedinja once again. Persian trying to deal damage to Shedinja, but it's just not enough when you're using the moves that Wonder Guard protects against. Perish Song, though, from Shedinja, but that's a really bad idea because Perrserker's underground, so Perrserker won't hear it. Perrserker avoided the attack. There you see it. So Perish Song is in effect for Ninjask, Shedinja, and Persian. There's Wonder Guard again, protecting against that Dig. There's the Perish counts, but if Ninjask and Shedinja don't take down Persian and Perrserker in the next 3 turns, they're going to be knocked out. So this is a big problem for Ninjask and Shedinja now. They've basically given themselves a death timer here with Perish Song. Lava Plume, though, from Ninjask. Doesn't that hit everybody? It does, so it takes down Shedinja. That's really not good. It does super effective damage on Perrserker and does heavy damage to Persian, but that's a really bad move right there. Critical hit on the Persian. But Ninjask has got to be very careful now because now it's taking attacks from both Persian and Perrserker. Persian going to increase its special defense with Amnesia. Of course, Ninjask's not known for its special attack power, which means that if it does use a special attack, that Persian isn't going to feel it half as badly as it normally would. Here we see Extreme Speed from Perrserker onto Shedinja for a nice hit there with the Tough Claws ability coming into effect, and of course critical hit as well. The Perish counts are at 2 for Ninjask and for Persian, but Ninjask in a very ropey situation here. It needs to bust out something like a Flare Blitz or something to take out Perrserker, but that would have recoil damage, so that's not a great idea. Maybe a Fire Lash. Here comes Ninjask, though. What's it going to do? It's going to try its best. Going to go for Takedown onto the Persian there. Will do a bit of recoil damage, though. Does get the knockout on Persian, but its time is limited because of that Perish Song. Here comes Perrserker, though. What's on Perrserker's mind right now? Perrserker is going to go for Aurora Veil. It's going to fail because the hail's up, which is a great opportunity for Ninjask. It gets that speed boost. Its perish count is at 1. If it doesn't knock Perrserker out on the next turn, it has lost round 1 for its team. Big mistakes on the Ninjask and Shedinja side with that perish song whilst Perrserker was underground, and with that lava plume. Wild charge from Ninjask. It does a decent chunk of damage there. It's going to have a bit of recoil damage, though. Not enough to take down Perrserker, so the perish count will fall to 0 at the end of this round. So unless Perrserker makes a big mistake, like a memento, nope, goes for gear up. It fails. Down goes Ninjask from the perish song. Very big mistakes there. So it's 1-0 to Persian and Perrserker. Persian and Perrserker have the advantage right now. It's looking not very promising for Shedinja and Ninjask. They can't afford to be making mistakes like that. Ninjask is ready and raring to go, though. Maybe it's got a clear ahead now. Goes for Earthquake, because that doesn't affect Shedinja. So that's a great first play right there. This is going to deal damage, ground-type damage, to both Persian and Perrserker. Super effective on Perrserker, of course. Brings both those Pokemon almost down to half their max HP. Critical hit on the Persian as well. Now it's over to Persian to start its turn, but a strong showing there by Shedinja by Ninjask, although Shedinja's Wonder Guard does prevent the magical leaf from hitting it. Now over to Perrserker. What's it going to do here? It's going to go for self-destruct, which doesn't affect Shedinja. So Shedinja's going to live it anyway because of Wonder Guard, and because it's a ghost type anyway, even if it didn't have Wonder Guard. It almost takes down Ninjask. It knocks out Perrserker, and it knocks out Persian. So it's 1 apiece because of mistakes on the Persian and Perrserker team. This is incredible. So both rounds have been won by the team who didn't make the mistake. Like, both rounds were won by the opposite team making a mistake. This is crazy. So who's going to win? Who's going to make the mistake this time, this round, and give it to the other team? Ninjask goes for Swallow, but it fails, so over to Persian to start off the first offensive move. We see Frenzy Plant doesn't affect Shedinja because of Wonder Guard, so it's over to Perrserker to try and deal some damage. Which way is this going to go? This is balmy. We see Heavy Slam doesn't affect Shedinja because of Wonder Guard. Would have been stabbed, though. Unfortunate for Perrserker there. Shedinja is ready to go now. What's it going to do here? Going to go for Dragon Tail onto which of the two Pokemon? Onto Perrserker, who does resist it, so not a great deal of damage there, but it's still more damage than anyone else has done in this third round so far. Over to Ninjask, getting ready for the next turn. What's Ninjask going to do here? What's on its mind? Gotta go for the victory. You're trying to get through to the quarterfinals. Goes for Cotton Guard. Goes to increase its defense drastically, which not a bad play, because of course Ninjask doesn't have the greatest defenses in the world. So great play there, upping the defense by 3 stages. Here comes Persian, though, with the follow-up, who's going to go for Sucker Punch. It's going to fail because it fails in Metronome battles because it's supposed to have increased priority, but it's too late for that. Over to Perrserker, who's going to go for Reflect and increase the physical defense of its team for 5 turns. Great play there, because of course Ninjask is a physical attacker. Shedinja is ready to go, though. What's it going to do here? It's going to go for Psych Up and copy the stat changes. I don't think there are any stat changes at the moment on the other team, so I think that was a waste of time. Here's the speed boost from Ninjask, though, which is going to increase its speed, make it still the fastest thing on the field. Like, it's going to be the fastest thing on the field for quite a while to come, unless Trick Room comes into effect. Over to Ninjask, who is going to go for Horn Leech onto which of the Pokemon? Is it going to be on the one that resists it? It is. It's going to be on Perrserker, so it will get a little bit... Oh, no, I was going to say it gets a little bit of HP back. It's not lost any HP yet. It's so weird for a third round. Here is Persian, though, who is going to go for Wood Hammer onto which Pokemon? It's going to be on Ninjask, so it is going to do a little bit of chip damage there. Not a lot, because, of course, Ninjask 4 times resists Grass-type moves. Tiny bit of recoil damage to Persian. And over to Perrserker, who is going to go for Slash onto Ninjask, so they are doubling into Ninjask, because, you know, why not take out the fastest thing on the field? Leave the 1 HP Pokemon suffering. Of course, speaking of that Pokemon, Shedinja is going to go for Pluck on the Perrserker. It's going to be resisted, so just a bit of chip damage, but they are slowly but surely chipping away at Perrserker. Arguably the more defensive of the two with all of its resistances. Persian sometimes can be considered a little bit on the fragile side, to be honest. Here's Ninjask, though, who's fragile in its own right. What's it going to do here? Going to go for Defense Curl, increase its defense again. I mean, that's not a bad shout. We were talking about it being fragile. Now it's at like +4 defense at this point, so physical attack's not really going to be a problem for Ninjask. Over to Persian, though, who is going to go for Vacuum Wave. It is prevented by Wonder Guard for Shedinja, but also Shedinja is a ghost type, so it would have not been affected by it anyway. Drill Run. Wonder Guard protects against Drill Run from Perrserker. Shedinja sitting pretty still with 1 hit point here. Gonna go for Power Up Punch onto either of these Pokemon. It'll be super effective and increase the attack 1 stage of Shedinja. So chipping away again at Perrserker. That attacking Craze may benefit Shedinja going forward. And there's the speed boost on Ninjask. Which way is this going to go? These Pokemon are tiptoeing around each other. No significant damage so far. The Ninjask and Shedinja team just chipping away at Perrserker. Ninjask goes for Fire Spin. That will be super effective on Perrserker, but it's on the Persian, so not super effective neutral, but it does mean that Persian is going to take Fire Spin damage at the end of each turn. Persian fires back with Sleep Powder onto which of the Pokemon here? Onto Shedinja. So that is going to land, and that does mean Shedinja is going to become fast asleep right there. It's going to sit like a sitting duck with its 1 hit point, unable to move. Perrserker is going to go for tea time. Everyone's going to eat their berries, but no one's holding berries, so that's a waste of a turn. Shedinja is fast asleep, but that wasted turn by Perrserker does give an opportunity for Ninjask to mount some offense on the next turn there. There's the speed boost once again. Are you keeping count of how fast Ninjask is at this point? If you are, let me know in the comments below, because I have no idea. Probably 3, probably 4, who knows? You probably work it out from the number of metronomes that have been used. Here's Octozooka, but it's avoided by Persian, so unfortunately, that's a wasted turn for Ninjask. Over to Persian, who is going to retaliate with Earthquake. Again, doesn't affect Shedinja or Ninjask, so that is going to hit just Perrserker. So a very bad play there by Persian. Is that going to be the mistake this round that cost this team? Who knows? Didn't do a lot of damage, but it's still damage nonetheless. Perrserker gonna go for Slash onto the Ninjask there. Huge damage once again, much like in the previous round. Critical hit, and of course with Tough Claws, Ninjask in the danger zone. Shedinja a sitting duck. Persian taking Fire Spin damage. It's all go now. Reflect has worn off on the Persian and Perrserker team, which explains why they were chipping away at Perrserker and not doing a significant amount of damage. The speed boost once again on Ninjask. Now it's Ninjask's turn to attack. What will it do? What's it got on its mind here? Does it want to go to the quarterfinals? Goes for Double Kick. That will be super effective on either of these Pokemon. Great hit there on Perrserker. You can see the effect of Reflect not being in play. Perrserker is in the danger zone now, in a very difficult position. Over to Persian though. What will it do in response? Goes for Hammer Arm, which is going to be, I believe it's 4 times resisted by Ninjask because it's fighting against Bug and Flying, and I'm pretty sure Bug and Flying both resist fighting. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. I know you will. I love you guys. Here's Perrserker, though, with Foul Play. Going to use the attack stat of Ninjask against itself, taking down Ninjask. So Shedinja and its single hit point is the only thing standing between its team, fast asleep, and place in the quarterfinals. So Persian and Perrserker in a very convenient position here, not having to worry too much at all. They've got 1 hit point they need to take off this Pokemon if they want to go through to the quarterfinals. Icy Wind doesn't affect Shedinja because of Wonder Guard, so over to Perrserker to try and take that single hit point away from Shedinja. Rain Dance gonna try and make water-type moves more powerful. I guess it makes fire-type moves weaker, which I guess gives Perrserker a little bit of protection, but Perrserker's only on like 15 hit points, so it's not really that worth it. Shedinja wakes up though, getting ready with that metronome. What's it going to do here? What's its first move going to be? Play nice. It's going to lower the attack stat of Persian, which when you've got 1 hit point is not going to do very much at all. So very strange play there. Bit of a mistake by Shedinja. It wants to just go on the offense. Don't worry about lowering or boosting stats unless you're lowering the opponent's defense. Here's Persian, though, who is going to go for Magical Leaf. Doesn't affect Shedinja. Over to Perrserker to try and do something. What you going to do now, Perrserker? What's on your mind? You're going to go for Morning Sun and restore its HP. Not a bad play, but the rain's in effect, which will reduce the effect of Morning Sun. So instead of 50% HP, it's only going to be like, I think it's 25% or maybe a third. Let me know down in the comments. Someone will. Here's... Oh, this is a bad move by Shedinja. Role play. Now any move can hit Shedinja because Wonder Guard is gone. It has Battle Armor, so it won't be critted, lads, with its 1 hit point. That was a bad play by Shedinja. Is the writing on the wall for Shedinja now? Over to Persian. What's it going to do here? Persian's going to go for Darkest Lariat. Wonder Guard wouldn't have mattered because Persian's going to hit Darkest Lariat, and that is going to take the single hit point away from Shedinja. Down it goes. Your quarterfinalists to face Heatmore and Durant are Persian and Perrserker. Well done to this dastardly team of cats. Fantastic plays there, apart from all the mistakes. Now, Ninjask's team was always going to have a little bit of a disadvantage because of Shedinja and its 1 hit point. We get that, but Wonder Guard did prove very, very useful and very, very helpful, except for that one point where Shedinja got rid of Wonder Guard for some reason. And not forgetting the fact that Shedinja and Ninjask bit themselves in the foot with the whole Perish song whilst Perrserker was underground, so Perrserker was never going to fall to Perish song anyway. I mean, Steel types normally have quite an advantage in MetroMania anyway because of all their resistances, and Shedinja and Ninjask just didn't really help themselves, did they? They didn't really give themselves a way to overcome that very easily. So Persian and Perrserker move on to the quarterfinals to face Heatmore and Durant, and of course that's another quarterfinal in the bag, but we have one more quarterfinal left to fill up, and we'll find out who the first participants in that quarterfinal are going to be as Vileplume and Blossom take on Escavalier and Excelgor. So that'll do it for another episode of Metromania. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure you share this video with a friend. If you'd like to support the channel like these beautiful people down here, do pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrainerLiam, and save yourself money on G Fuel. Use code ACE. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.